We're less than a week away from the trade deadline. The clock, it is ticking down to February 6th at 3 o'clock Eastern. And we've been looking at teams like the Warriors, Shanae, as a candidate for making a big move. But after a game like last night, we're reminded that even the upper echelon might need to examine getting a little bit of help here.
Yeah, that's true.
The MVP frontrunner, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, taking on Steph Curry at Chase Center last night. The Thunder, they came into this game as 9-point favorites. Steph Curry got his Olympic ring there before tip-off of this game. But in the first half, the Thunder, they built a lead here.
I mean, built a lead behind that man. We say he's smooth like what, Malika?
Shea Butter.
Shea Butter, baby. He was on one trying to make a statement early.
And then Shai Gilgeous-Alexander here had the Thunder up by 10 at the half. They've won 25 straight games when leading by double digits at any point. So on to the third we go. Check this play out here, Shanae. Andrew Wiggins hits the three. And then after the play, the official...
What did he do? He stepped right over him.
Like Ty Lue and AI.
Yep. Yeah. That's exactly what I'm saying. Oh, man. He has to get back, too.
Yeah, exactly. You know what? We appreciate the hustle. Less than a minute later, SGA gets inside for the layup, plus the foul here. The 20th career 40-point game for SGA. That makes him third in Thunder history. So this will shape it up to be a pretty good finish. On to the fourth quarter we go here. The Warriors down by 2. Steph Curry, even though he struggled a bit in the first half, this is what he does.
I mean, as the game goes on, he gets more and more confident. You could just see it growing and rubbing off on his teammates.
And then Shai Gilgeous-Alexander hits a tough little floater there. OKC back within 3 now. Under 2 minutes to play. Gut check time. Warriors up.
Range! Hello! Steph Curry.
Golden State.
It's almost bedtime, sis. It's almost bedtime. You know what that means.
That means that Andrew Wiggins is going to be the one to hit the corner 3 with Golden State up 7.
Needed a game like this from him.
Yes, absolutely. And then just over a minute to play, still a 7-point game. Gary Payton drives baseline, throws it down over Isaiah Hartenstein. Golden State able to hang on and get the win in this one. Here's Steph Curry on the win.
I haven't been up there in a while. Forgot what that air is like up there, but it feels good. Get my legs back under me.
Whoops. Peyton goes all the way up over a taller Hartenstein. Peyton on that dunk. Golden State gets the win. Now here's Steph Curry.
You guys give Kerr like a splash celebration in the locker room, and why did that happen?
Like I said, we need some feel-good energy around here. So you can't forget to celebrate the small wins, no matter what the standard has been around here. You got to infuse some joy.
This group, we know they're capable, and what we saw early in the year was not a mirage. You don't just fall into that.
Our Brian Windhorst joining us now. Brian, this is a microcosm of the Warriors season. Just when they seem like their year is beyond repair, they get a win like this. How should fans view this game for Golden State?
I mean, I think I don't necessarily agree with Steve Kerr. I think the 12-3 was a bit of a mirage, but I also don't think they were 3-8 like they just came off a recent stretch. I think there's somewhere in between there, and frankly, that's where they've been for a while, Malika. They were a play-in team last year. Right now they're 11th. They're probably not 11th. They're probably something like 7th or 8th, but that's play-in zone. Now in this game, which was a great game, it was a terrific performance. It was also a game where you saw Andrew Wiggins have one of his best offensive games of the year. Gary Payton II had one of his best offensive games of the year. Kevon Looney as well. This is not really a replicatable situation, and that's one of the reasons why you keep hearing the Warriors' names in trade talks. And I know that a couple of weeks ago, Steph Curry said, we don't need to do anything desperate, and all of a sudden they were out. I'm telling you, in the last few days, I hear the Warriors are dipping their toes back in the trade market, looking to make a significant move, and not just necessarily for some of the names that you've heard in the past. So I think everybody is kind of riding the fence here, Malika, not sure which way this team goes. The one thing I do 100% agree with, Steph Curry. Sometimes low-level joy can be good, especially in January in the NBA.
Yeah, you know what? In this world, you need to celebrate all wins, no matter maybe how small they seem in the grand scheme of things. And Brian, we know that any team can beat another one on any given night in the NBA. The story of this game, it may be what was revealed, though, about Oklahoma City, right? Because OKC's offense scores almost 120 points per 100 possessions when SGA is on the court, right? That's second best in the NBA. But without him, they would be dead last in the league. So Sinead, what do you see in those non-SGA minutes here?
Yeah, there's a little bit of confusion, especially when it comes to end of shot clock situations. When you watch their offense, it looks like they're searching for the right person, the right play, instead of having an identity knowing it's horns or it's a pick and roll or it's this 1-4 flat. Like, there's some confusion that is atypical for a team that is doing so well. And I want to show you exactly that with this breakdown, because on this possession, you'll see when it comes to the shot clock, there's only 6 or so seconds left. Hartenstein is searching. Here's the clock, 6 seconds. There's a pick and roll. Normally you turn the corner and you know you just have to go. Instead, there's some confusion. It's a little bit of like, okay, should I set a screen? He's not even looking to the left for that screen. There are 2 players on the right side, on the right wing, that think the ball is coming to them. Hold up, wait, it's not me. Let me go back and space out. Now there's just 2 seconds left. Pump fake, and then it's an air ball. Those are atypical situations, and I know it's just one possession, but you see time and time again a number of their players sort of like, okay, who needs the ball? Who's the guy? We know J-Dub is a great scorer, but it seems like they've lost a little bit of their roles when Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is off the floor.
We still have a week until the trade deadline, so maybe there's some things that we could see change a little bit here. It's Brian, the question, I mean, it's January, but Brian, the question surrounding Oklahoma City at this point, it's not about the regular season. It's if the lack of a number 2 could bite them down the road. How is this team thinking about that?
That's not something that they've been willing to really engage on since training camp, Malika. They have made it clear they want to see what this team does, and they can look you in the eye and say, we haven't seen this team because we haven't had Chet Holmgren and Isaiah Hartenstein together at the same time. And Chet Holmgren's a 20-point-a-game scorer. That said, I will say this. I could foresee a situation when we get into the spring where the Thunder are in a playoff series where a team's game plan is to bait Shai Gilgeous-Alexander into scoring a lot. This is not normally his game. He's a guy who scores 30 every night, but rarely has these 40, 50-point games because he gets his teammates involved. It kind of reminds me the way teams tried to deal with Nikola Jokic in recent years. When Jokic would score up over 40, it was actually an advantage for the opponent. He would kill these teams when he would have 20-point triple-doubles. So I am not super worried about the Thunder. They are not worried, especially with getting Chet back. But I do think if there's one little weakness, it is exactly what you saw last night.
Look, I'm posted up like a stop sign when it comes down to concerns about the Oklahoma City Thunder, okay? And here's why. I understand last night was a appetizer of when SGA went to the bench. They struggled somewhat with the second unit. But look, if I'm the Thunder, I actually love that. You know why? Because you're giving Jalen Williams a chance to grow. He's the primary ball handler. He's the go-to guy. He's the decision maker, and he's young, right? He's going to grow. And how does he learn? From his mistakes, growing in throughout the course of the season. So when they get to the regular season, if SGA happen to get in foul trouble, they know how to play without him. I'm not going to overreact. This team is talented. We know that Isaiah Joe can make shots. We know that Wiggins, he's capable of having big scoring nights. And Alex Caruso went out early with an injury. But when they get Chet Holmgren back, these problems will be solved.
It's going to be interesting to see what this team looks like when they are fully healthy. But you're right, it's one game. We're not going to overreact to it.
Absolutely. We're nitpicking.
Let's check in on the reigning.
How's it going, everybody? Villa Sports Network here. Just want to thank you guys for your support on the channel. Thank you guys for watching the video. Hope you all enjoyed it. I also want to kind of remind you to don't forget to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment on the video if you like as well. But regardless of the fact, thank you again for your support, and hope to see you on the next video.